Hey, it's Nick Tart, and today I want to talk about the 3 keys to young success. So I've talked to hundreds of entrepreneurs, thousands of students, and I've found that there are 3 things that separate every successful entrepreneur from not so successful ones. Before I get into it, I want to tell you a story about a good friend of mine named Emil Matichka. And Emil was 6 years old. His first grade teacher challenged him to come up with a way to pay for college without student loans. And so Emil wrote his paper about how he wants to be a professional lawnmower. As you can imagine, his teacher kind of told him, Emil, that's good, but that's not really a career path. That's just creating a job for you. So Emil set out to prove her wrong. And when he was 9, his aunt asked him to cut his grass. So Emil took his scissors and cut every single blade of grass. Next week, he did it with a lawnmower. When he was 12, he pulled out an $8,000 loan as a 12-year-old to buy a commercial lawnmower. By the time Emil was 18, he made $135,000 with his lawn mowing company. At that point, he had enough to pay for college, and he did. Last week, Emil graduated from college from the University of Colorado. And Emil pulled in $200,000 to $300,000 last year with this same lawn mowing business. It all started with first grade teacher inspiring Emil, not only by asking the question, but by motivating him to prove her wrong. So that's the first key to success, inspiration. I found that once young people are inspired to do something, once they're motivated, they start asking questions, and that gets into the second key to success for young people. To get into this, I want to talk about Andrew Fashion. So Andrew Fashion was diagnosed with ADD early on. School was really hard for him. He did not so good in high school, and he dropped out at the age of 16. For 4 years, Andrew built websites. And finally, when he was 20, he built a website called MySpace Support. That site took off, and he was making $100,000 to $200,000 a month. $100,000 to $200,000 a month with this website. Again, Andrew dropped out of school. He didn't have any financial education, so what did he do? He spent it all. He went on 20 vacations, bought 7 cars, one for his friend, a $500,000 house in Denver, Colorado, and one day he made a mistake. That mistake caused his website to fall off of Google. So he went from $100,000 to $200,000 months to $7,000 months. And as you can imagine, Andrew didn't have anything saved up. So he owed $400,000 back to the government. Back taxes. Alright, now Andrew is writing a book detailing exactly how this happened, how he made his $2.5 million, and how he lost it. So you can learn from him and replicate his success and avoid his failure. The reason Andrew is writing this book, again, to show you exactly how he did it. Once you're inspired to do something, you need to know how to do it, and that's the second key to success. So once you're inspired and you know how to do it, it's just a matter of keeping with it. And that's where the third critical key to young success comes in. To demonstrate this, I want to talk about Joe Pena. So Joe grew up in Brazil. When he was 7 years old, he moved to America. Joe was incredibly smart. He went to high school, college, and then on to medical school. In medical school, Joe was making YouTube videos. One day, he called up his mom and dad. He said, Mom, Dad, I want to drop out of medical school to make YouTube videos full time. All of Joe's friends laughed at him, no one took him seriously, and they all thought he was an idiot, except for 2 people, Joe's parents. Joe's dad told him, Joe, if this is something you really want to do, and you believe it'll work, give it a shot for a year. If it doesn't work out, try something else. But I want you to do this. So Joe did. With the support of only 2 people in the whole world, probably the 2 most important people, he dropped out of medical school, moved to Hollywood, California, He was making $900 a month on YouTube and spending $850 on rent. Joe literally slept on the floor of his apartment every night because he couldn't afford furniture. Today, Joe has 1.8 million YouTube subscribers. He's the 6th most successful person on YouTube, and he's still only 23 years old. None of this would have happened if Joe's parents told him, you know, Joe, it's not a very good idea, stick to medical school. That's a guaranteed thing. Joe took a risk with the support of his parents, and it worked out for him. Joe is also known as Mr. Guitar Man. The third key to young success is support. And once you find inspiration, you figure out how to do it, and you have that support, then it becomes a cycle. Because you go from inspiration to how to support, and then you serve as inspiration for other people. Alright? This is how entrepreneurship works with young people. Those 3 examples are 3 people from the book that my partner and I published. We interviewed 25 successful young entrepreneurs. We created the book because we believe it gets you started in the inspiration. It inspires you to take action. It inspires you to start a business because these are incredible stories. If you want to check out the book, you can click the Amazon link below. It's not the only way to inspire you, but we truly believe that it's one way. So go check it out on Amazon. And remember, 3 keys to young success. All starts with inspiration. Then you got to learn how to do it. And then you have to find some sort of support network. Alright? With that, my name is Nicholas Tart. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.